Okay, let's continue with the next one. This is the use hierarchies and DAX in your first data model. So what are the objectives here? In this model, you add a hierarchy to your first data model. Then you use a matrix visualization and DAX measures to understand more your data. That's excellent. DAX is the language that we use to create measures. So we're gonna learn the basics, it looks like. So we continue with the same scenario, and we are gonna go through the three exercises. One, that we're gonna create a hierarchy in your data model. Second one, build a matrix visual, and then add a DAX measure. Let's start with the hierarchies. So we're in the same report, and when we had country, let's add state. And after state, we're gonna add district, and we're gonna see how it works. All right, so let's do there. In what report? In the sum revenue by country, of course. Sum revenue by country. We're gonna state and district. Is that right? State and district, or state? Yes, state and district. Perfect. So let's move things around because we're gonna focus on this. One thing you can do if you want to focus on one visual is go here and hit focus. And right now we're totally focused on this report. So let's go up, right? And let's start here where we are. So now we can let's see, we can use the drill down options. Remember, if we go like this one, will be having the country. We should have the country. Let's see what's happening, because if we hit the drill down mode, we hit in USA, and then we see all the states of USA. Perfect. Same if we want to go to Canada, we're gonna have the different provinces in Canada, and so on. Mexico, only the Distrito Federal. And yes, the one that keeps the country and keep the hierarchy is this one. So you see, but it has a weird sort, but it's doing it. It's sorting by the different things. So by the value, right? So it's mixing different countries. So it's a little bit messy. So you have to be careful how you use. Let's see what the guide is telling us. How they want us to do it. They want us to do first. It says let's select. Let's go back and use interactive report. Make sure we have an R still. Yes, we have an R still. Then we do the drill down that we just did before. Select Australia, right? We're going down into Australia. From the sum of revenue by year visual, select 2021, and notice what happens with the sum of revenue by country. 2021. Okay. If you notice this step, perform a drill down into a table of data. Select back to report, then data drill, and disable data point table in the ribbon. I didn't get that experience. What is it telling me? Select Australia to drill down to the state level. From the sum of revenue by year visual, select 2021 and notice what happens to sum of revenue by country. That's fine. This is not happening to me, so probably it's already disabled, the data point table on the ribbon. So if that happens to you, please go and disable data point table. Now drill up to country again. Good. We are in country. Turn off the drill mode. We're gonna remove the drill down mode. Now analyze the data by product. to start create a product hierarchy. And now we're going to create a more explicit hierarchy. What we were there before is like implicit hierarchy. We put it here, but it's not really established. We don't know. It's not a fixed hierarchy like you see in date. We already have a date. So we're going to do it with product. Product, we're going to create a hierarchy with how many components? Category, segment, and product. Okay, perfect. So let's see if we're going to call it a new object called, okay, so let's go and category, and let's follow exactly the example. Right click, create hierarchy. Perfect. It's creating the hierarchy. We're gonna drop segment. We're gonna do it add to hierarchy. I think you can do drag and drop, but it didn't work for me this time. Add to hierarchy. Now we are gonna use it on a new visualization. So we're gonna hit the create a cluster bar chart, and we are going to use the product hierarchy and use revenue. Okay, so we click on there, we put a cluster bar chart, again, cluster bar chart, yes, and we use the product category, and we are using sales revenue. Let's click on there so we have it better. Okay, good. That's what we have, and we had it. You could remove something from the hierarchy if you wanted for this particular visual. It's still permanent there, but not in the. It will remain in the hierarchy, but not for the particular visual. Okay. So now we're gonna build a matrix visual. Now add a matrix visual so we can view the data in rows and columns. So we're gonna click somewhere else, right? Actually, they want us to reuse this one. And we select it, and we take the matrix. There's a table as well, but the table is more fixed. If we go with table, it will be more like a fixed data. It will show the data that you have in selected in your visual. But the matrix will give you a better option, a more advanced option, even different option. And as of now, we have the category, and we could expand here, and it will show you the sum of revenue, right? So we'll add let's see what we could do. Let's add a percentage of total field to the visual, enabling a better perspective of the data. So we're gonna select revenue, and look, that's a little bit, we talked about this before. If I go here, it will basically duplicate the same value, because by default it will select sum, but I bet you it's gonna ask me to get the average. The average, no, the percentage. So let's see how it wants us to do. Yes, show us value and percentage of grand total. Yes. And we're gonna call it, we're gonna rename the visual because it doesn't really sounds good, doesn't really. We double click on here and we put it like that. So look, that's beautiful. And now we can make sure we are up right? We're already at the top level. Now we want to drill down on urban, and we focus on urban specifically. Make sure the matrix visual is still selected, then hold down the Control key to multi-select 2021. Because again, we are in the storytelling and data storytelling, and we want to create something that is valuable. So we select 2021 and the Australia column. 2021, our 2021, and Australia. So look, all the numbers are being affected right now. Even if we go here, it doesn't say in the guide. This is all the filters are being affected for. All the filters are being affecting this visual, right? So we're looking at urban. Yes, it's filtered by its own visual, right? When we drill down on urban, 2021 and Australia. 2021 by the visual the sum of revenue by country, and 2021 Australia by revenue by country, 2021 by revenue by year, and ban R's dealt by the slicer, and what else? And top competitors by the page visuals. That is here. Perfect. So if we drill down to the extreme segment, because we want to analyze extreme center, so we want to see the products, specific products that go on the extreme. We can resize the visual, and we're gonna sort it by revenue descending. By revenue descending. Perfect. Numbers don't necessarily have to match what is in the visuals. That's just a guide. The data might have changed. Now you can see the top products. Make sure 2021 is selected and sum of revenue by year visual, and Australia and this in the sum of revenue by country visual. Notice Maximus UE4 and 21 are the top products and that product Maximum E4 04 has nearly 7% of the extreme total of urban. That's not working for me. So what did I do wrong? So probably when we selected when I did the measure, I didn't do it correctly. So let's see. Let's see if I can fix it. Yeah. I don't think that it's the sum. Yes, it's my fault. There we go. It's the sum percentage of current total. Now we have, let's see, we do match the extreme is 4053. Perfect. So now we are more in sync. But now we are going to sort by revenue. Still not getting the results that I want. descending. I still am getting that this is the top one, but I'm getting a different percentage. Because I'm getting a total of a grand total. And is that, oh my God, percentage of grand total. Let's see if that's, I don't think I've done anything wrong. Oh, yes, because now we want to select 2021 Australia. Yes, and I have 271, not, and why extreme? Because I need to drill down on extreme. Okay, so what did I do wrong? I expanded it, so that made it, if I go up again, and this is what happened, extreme is 40% of urban, that's perfectly fine. So if I open here, yes, this product is a 271% of this entire set. But if I drill down, I'm focusing on extreme. So now extreme is 100%. And 04 is a 6.68% of extreme, right? So it all depends on how we focus on the data. My mistake. Now we can go back. We did the sorting. And yes, we observed that it's nearly 70%, 7% of this segment for that country. Let's go now and build some DAX measures. So early you create a calculated column named zip country using DAX. Remember? Now we're gonna a percent growth. That is a calculated measure that compares cells over time. Yes. What is the difference? A calculated column is evaluated row by row. You extend the table by adding a calculated column. A measure is used to aggregate values from many rows in a table. We'll see how they work. And I told you before that when we created the zip country, you probably want to do that in Power Query. So it says, it's a tip. Calculated columns are often better suited to be created in Power Query editor as part of the data importing. So yes, but there's always two ways to do it. And sometimes there's parts where you want to create a column with DAX, but usually it's better to do in the Power Query editor. So now we're going to create a new measure, and we can copy and we can analyze it. We are not going to learn DAX. DAX is I would say it's a complex language, and there's tons of books written about that. There's a lot of things to learn. It will take us weeks to learn it. We are not going to cover DAX, but we can see a little bit of what's happening here. So we're going to create a new measure. So I don't know if it is covered. Measures, they don't belong to any table in particular. Measures are measures. You could combine data from different tables. But in this case, let's see what it landed. I had date selected and it landed in date, but it doesn't make much sense. Okay, so now because I click, let's see where is, if we need, ask us to select on, it says you select cells. It's more related, it's related to cells, but it's not necessarily a cells table. So now we're gonna see new measure, and now it's gonna create it here in cells. And this basically what it's doing is a sum of revenue, but we're doing what is called some time intelligence, but we want to move, if we do just the sum, it will be the sum of a particular time. But if we do it at the same period last year, it will bring me the same. If the context is January or 2026, it will go to January 2025. It will make more sense once we apply it on the visual. This is what we created. We have it here. Now let's create another measure using a different method. In the data, we click the sales table. New measure from the option menu. A formula open. Oh, did I do it differently the first time? New measure? No, we did it the same way. What is this new way? In the data, okay, so it's the same thing. In the data pane, here, right click on sales table and we do new measure. Yes. As you can, we discuss it, we can do it many ways. We can use the menu, over there, the ribbon menu, or we can do it directly here. And this is similar. It's a division. So if you're familiar with Excel, it sounds like a Excel, right? So we sum revenue minus previous year sales, and we divide it by sales. This will give us it's the formula for growth percentage. So now, are we gonna do it on top? Select the check mark for the next formula and hit enter. You'll see growth. Perfect. Okay, we got it. Now, make sure the matrix visual is still selected. If not, it's not selected. Now it's selected. So probably we're gonna add both previous year sales and percentage growth. Previous year sales and percentage growth. Let's expand this to make more sense. Yes, we'll see that. Okay, so that's great. But it looks like we need some formatting to do. To format these fields, start from the data pane and select growth, percentage growth in the cells. And we're gonna select from percentage. So let's go, and not from here, from here. Format, we're gonna do percentage. Great, it's already done. If you growth percentage calculator measure shows a 0 at these points, check that you still have 2021 selected. Perfect, we do. From data, we are going to select previous year sales and make a currency, and let's say we go here, we select currency, and currency now it has an auto decimals. That's confusing. We're gonna change it to 2. Now it makes more sense. Make sure you still have a CL selected and sum of revenue by country visual, and you still have a 2021 column selected. Notice maximum UE04 has 158%. Yes, now it's working. So perfect. Select the white space in the canvas to deselect any of the possible visuals, and let's hit save. And here, save. Perfect. And now with that, we go to the knowledge check and we're done with this lab.